Hey there, everyone. Thank you for joining us at the Chattanooga Film Festival 2016. I'm here with Joshua Turek. He is in the movie Refinery Surveyor Black, and he also wrote and starred in No Horse with a Name. Josh, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So tell me about Refinery Surveyor Black.
It's like it's a pretty cool. It's a feature film, obviously. It's kind of has that David Lynch sort of odd quality to it. It's about a government inspector who kind of gets in over his head in this sort of very hostile small town, and it's just a real sort of fish out of water story.
And are you just acting in it, or did you also help write it?
Yeah, just acting in it. Brian George and Galen Jackson are the writers, directors, producers. They spun all the plates and would just shuffle me in there when it was time to do it. And there's a couple of brilliant guys.
Coupled with that movie is a short film that you did write,
yes,
and you did star in.
Yeah.
No Horse with a Name.
Yeah. Tell
us about that.
Yeah, so that's a Western. It's about two brothers kind of walking along this very desolate frontier, sort of confronting this unspoken rift between the two of them. And basically I wanted to make a Western, but I was too lazy to think about all the elements that would go into that. So I thought, okay, well, I don't want to get horses, I don't want to get guns, I don't want to get any of these things. So I thought, oh, why don't I just make that the conflict, that they don't have those things? And so the story kind of fleshed itself out from there.
Very nice. So it's kind of subverting the traditional Western tropes.
Yeah, kind of like addition by subtraction kind of thing.
And where did you film it at?
We filmed that on some mountains, up on some mountains outside of Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Little known thing about LA is it's chock full of mountains. Yeah.
And is this the first film that you wrote?
I've written a ton of films. Yeah, I'm a screenwriter by trade. But yeah, these are the kind of first things I've had in film festivals, and so actually it's my first film festival that I've been to. Yeah. So I'm super excited to be here.
And how are you handling it right now? I know we're still fairly early into the festival. I think today is when things really start getting crazy.
Yeah.
But how is it so far? How are you handling the event?
Good. I just keep drinking and hope that it goes well from there. No, just kind of really engaging with all the talented people here, and everyone here has like intention when it comes to making films, and it's really fun. I think that's how I'm handling it. It's just like talking to pretty much anyone and everyone.
All right. I know this film festival is a bit different than a lot of the other ones, where they kind of thrive on a bit grittier, kind of the exploitation kind of mindset. When you're writing movies and you're trying to get them made, what is it that you keep in mind? What is the thing that you can give other aspiring screenwriters? What is it you can tell them, like, hey, when you're writing, this is what you need to do?
Yeah. Well, you got to be interested in what you're writing. Like, you can try to chase what you think's going to work, even if, like, you were saying, like, we're a little, like, grittier. It's like, well, if someone starts chasing gritty and it's not really where they're at, it's going to read that way. So there's so many frustrations and hurdles along the way that the best thing you could do is just create something you're interested in, and hopefully your energy kind of follows that.
Now, do you think, since the fact that you are on both sides of the camera, since you write and you act, do they help you out? Does acting help you become a better writer? Does writing help you become a better actor?
Yeah, and they allow me to just confront the range of insanity that I have. Yeah, I would say, writing, absolutely. You understand the rhythm of things and the cadence and like just I would say it's a rhythmic thing for sure that I bring over to acting, and also kind of getting inside the character's head and heart and gut and kind of what's there and why. And acting is fun because while you have all that basis of things, it's like until you're there and doing it and experiencing it, it isn't fully alive. And then when you're acting, it's really informative because all these tiny little nuances and things that you never saw are there. And then I think I can draw some of those back into things that I write too.
Okay. Now, are you based in LA?
Yeah.
You are. And how long have you been there?
I've been in LA pretty much my whole life. Yeah, born and raised. And yeah, pretty much been trying to make movies for, half my life.
So growing up, film, living in LA, films were a big part of the culture.
Totally.
And everything.
Yeah, I'm like a failed child actor too. So yeah, by 17, I've been trying to act professionally for like 5 years. So it was that thing of, okay, do I give up and become a realtor, or should I start writing my own material? And that's actually what led me to my major interest of writing. But yeah, it's all pervasive there.
Right.
It feels like one big movie set sometimes.
Right. And now over here in the Southeast, we have over the past couple of years had a growing film industry. The Walking Dead, Marvel. We have Pinewood Studios just recently built down in Atlanta. It's all growing up over here. Do you see people from LA take more of an interest in filming over here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. After this festival, we're going to be in Sarasota for their film festival as well. But between there, I'm going to New Orleans to see my friend Morgan, who was born and raised in LA like me. He's an actor. He moved to New Orleans because of just that, the buzz. And he's been there a few years now and is loving it because there's definitely a sense that things are going on over here.
Is it a different mindset, where you have the traditional Hollywood setup and then you have, the Hollywoods of the South? I mean, is the mindset, the mentality that goes on here in the Southeast very different from what goes on out West?
That's interesting. I mean, I think there's something a little insular here that, I don't know, it's almost like it feels like people here, there's an idea of what's going on here, whereas in LA, there is no LA. LA is just a bunch of fragmented things that happen to be going at once. 1 minute someone's at the top, and then next, Netflix comes along, and then, Amazon's right behind them. So it's always a state of flux. Whereas I feel like the Southeast, my impression of it is it's very actually making things driven. Mm-hmm. It's a less talk, more do kind of situation.
Okay. And since you've lived and worked mainly in LA, with the budding film industry that we have here in the Southeast, are you looking over here? Like, are there stories and concepts that I can come up with that would be capable over here that you can't do out West?
Right. Yeah, I have this story of a banjo player. No, I'm kidding. This can't happen.
It's a spin-off of a Deliverance.
Yeah, it's like Deliverance, but a comedy. I mean, absolutely, and it, like all the better that everything here is in place. Mm-hmm. I feel like if I did have an idea that I wanted to shoot here, it would be pretty easy to find people who would want to play.
Absolutely. And now with the film that you're in, premiering tonight at the film festival, in addition to the film that you wrote and whatnot, do you have any more projects that you have coming up? Are there some that are already shot and filmed, or you're waiting for distribution? Do you have anything you're writing currently?
Yeah, I have a lot of things percolating, something I'm producing that's getting close. I also have a script that I wrote, a comedy that I've been working on with the comedian Bob Saget for a while. And he's directing it and starring in it.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's really cool. And we have a really good cast attached. And we're gonna see what happens with the financing game, but things are looking positive.
Now I know since you're still working, I don't know how much you can say, but is it Full House Bob Saget or stand-up comedy Bob Saget kind of material that we're working with?
Well, I think that's like the brilliant thing about him is that he can exist on both sides. Mm-hmm. The truth is somewhere in between.
Right.
And I think he has a really compelling in between, and I think that's what our film would end up sort of demonstrating, is like the crass and like the real heartfelt and kind of in a real humanized and cool way.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for coming here. Folks, we have more exciting interviews and more exciting news coming up throughout the festival. Thank you so much for your time.